Would you consider yourself a savant? Because that's
No.
as a lead singer, do you get resentful that you have to put this amount of work in? I mean, your voice is really key. I mean, your voice is still deep, and you know to hold on to that and all the physicality of it. Do you get resentful? Is it that
No.
you know? Does it, Steve or Marty? Have you ever said to one another, "Look, you did something on stage the other night where we were, mocking each other, putting each other down, but that one hurt, and can you back off?"
No. Never one.
Never. The movie Dumb and Dumber. I have heard that Marty turned down a role in Dumb and Dumber, the famous Jim Carrey movie, and Steve, you were the original guy for Dumb and Dumber, that they actually offered it to you.
First of all, that's not true.
At all?
It's not true at all. I had never heard of Dumb and Dumber until it came out.
Oh.
And
Did you when your mother has the history she has, did you worry as a kid growing up that maybe I'm crazy? Did you start to think anytime I could lose my mind? You didn't.
No. We got to go to one of those places.
Oh, and you went.
And we went.
Was it freaky for you because you are so famous and
No, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So you mean you almost lost Barbara from the drinking, and she sat you down and said, "Bring."
No, she didn't sit me down. We both had a moment of clarity.
And you had to work, and I guess your father said, "Hey,
not my father. He left when I was 3.
Oh, did he? Yeah, but also I thought the history was that you felt when those 3 guys were all together, they had bonded somehow.
No, that was the White Album.
But Gene, you never went looking. You never, when you got famous and you become this big success, world touring band, 100 million albums sold, the whole thing. The old man didn't try to, let me go find Gene. I don't know. I always thought I'm a rock is about your father, not about you.
It isn't.
You started out, your father was abusive.
It was not abusive.
He called you names. I read you even shit in front of these guys. It was just there was no even private bathroom on this thing, right?
No, I didn't. Who said that?
Oh, okay.
No, I peed. There was a bathroom that we'd use, but
really not.
You do therapy?
No.
Never?
I've dabbled.
No, I'm there every day. Who are you hanging with these days? You hang out with any famous people like McCartney or Mick Jagger at all?
Welcome, folks, to QF, a podcast about Howard Stern. I'm Phil Moore, your host, a.k.a. Jim Fix, and with me on location, although she's at home, I'm on location, but we're here together in spirit, is Miss Raven Alexis. How are you, dear?
Hi, Phil Moore. Hi, everybody. I'm doing great. It's been a while, a couple weeks, but well rested and ready to jump back into the last few clips we have for this year that are really worth anything. We have more, but we never got to them, and maybe we will, maybe we won't. You guys aren't missing much, but this is some good stuff here.
Yeah, and we were going through June 23rd, 24th, and 25th with a few clips from the more recent summer school from this week, which was just
Monday.
Yeah, I saw the thing on Reddit.
14th.
When I'm on vacation, it's harder to keep track with the stuff. You'd think I have more time, but I'm not. I'm actually coordinating visits with people who are all working and stuff, and it's more like it's like a military operation trying to get hold of people. So we're going to try to get through these guys in as yet untitled, but we have the dedication ready. So first one is called Robin, my wife is a veterinary miracle worker.
My wife's exhausted. She walks around all day. The other day, I swear, it's like running an animal house. My cat Walter is still with us, thank God. He's in the midst of dying. He has cancer. But Beth,
I love that. He's in the midst of dying. He just blew that off like dandruff. He's not taking the time to learn how to die properly, and we're fucking stuck with him.
Yeah, he's been dying for 3 years, according to Beth's Instagram. And he finally did, get put down on July 10th because she posted a rainbow with him and said, "My good boy," or something. And of course, it was 5 days before her birthday. And she can get all the birthday sympathy, all the attention, gearing up for her big swim in the ocean that she did.
Right. And I will tell you, she looked better from behind running into the ocean than she did posing with whatever. If that was Walter, the one-eyed cat, I don't think that was Walter. That was another cat, wasn't it?
That's a different cat.
The clavicle photo that I posted with the guys. Get on our Facebook if you haven't already, if you're able to. It's a picture screams 1,000 words.
Beth now administers. She gives shots to him. She gives him an eye.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, her running into the beach, it's obvious why she hides her bottom half in these long Little House on the Prairie dresses, because she is bottom heavy and she hasn't been able to get rid of that yet, even though her clavicles scream anorexia.
Yeah.
The rest of her looks healthy for a 53-year-old, which she claims to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people will, like Dame Beth Man will say she's got, thunder thighs, but I'm going to be honest, she looks good for her age.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just, I think she's very self-conscious of that because she's not stick thin waist down.
Yeah, the way
like
he
she
likes
is
it.
with her arms and shoulders, the way he likes it. So that's
Right.
why she probably hides that.
Yeah.
IV of fluid every day, and he's perking up, and his tumor even shrank a little bit.
Wow.
Because he's on, we put him on some drug that it shrinks non-cancerous tumors, but for some reason his tumor is going down. So then I thought he didn't have cancer. Don't ask what's going on. The bottom line is this: he's still in the game. He's still in the game, which is unbelievable.
He's more alert and he's responding.
Yeah, he eats.
Wow.
I mean, some days is better than others.
Yeah.
But then
He's justifying them keeping this poor cat alive for so many months, trying to give hope where there isn't any.
Yep.
And making her out to be this, miracle veterinarian worker that doesn't do shit but take photo ops with these animals and post like 20 things a day. It's the saddest story. Like this poor cat, and I can just imagine what the other cats go through, with the horrible food they're feeding them,
Yep.
the maggots, and probably the lack of attention that they get. They get, 5 minutes here and there for Instagram.
Yeah.
And then to be treated this way and just put on hold to put them down, it's just the saddest thing. I really hate to see stuff like this.
Well, on the one hand, he says, he still has his tumor, but it shrunk. Maybe he doesn't even have cancer. What is a tumor but cancer, asshole? Like, she didn't cure it. Shrinking it is not removing it. That means nothing. It's just silliness.
Right. I don't even know how they know that it's being shrunk unless they're taking it constantly for ultrasounds or x-rays.
Or biopsies. And yeah, exactly.
This was a month ago, that before it was even put down.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell? Like, just stop torturing the poor thing and let him go.
Oh, yeah.
the next thing I know, I'm holding Walter
So
when he gets his IV and blah, 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 blah. I tell you, it's like running an animal hospital.
Oh, what a dick. But you know what? Ironically enough, I think Walter's getting treated better than Ben did before he was mercifully let off this earth. The next one, guys, is called Even Deathbed Walter Hates the Guitar Playing.
But yesterday, I had a great day. I sat in a room and played guitar for 6 hours. And I tell you, I'm addicted to it. I love it. I'm not very good at it.
No animals in your guitar room?
No, I don't put them in there. I don't want, because Walter, when he gets stressed out, will spray on the guitars. I do not want that. Mark.
Oh, for Christ's sake, spray?
Oh, yeah.
Shit?
No, it's like urine. It's their way of marking their territory.
Oh, okay, like pheromones or whatever. Yeah, get like
they're spraying pheromones, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Walter. I love Walter. God bless you, Walter.
Rest in peace, Walter.
Exactly. Next one's called Fabulous TV.
Just been so fabulous this season is 1,000 Pound Sisters.
Can I play that again?
Yeah, please do.
Just been so fabulous this season.
Okay, real question. Okay, you've known people who've had dental issues, over the years. Have you ever known anyone who has that much of a problem pronouncing the F syllable?
No.
Like that?
No, they've always it was obvious, like especially like with older people. I'm speaking like my grandparent or an older doctor I knew.
Yeah.
He clearly had like a different smile, and but they didn't talk different. Mm-hmm. They just looked different. So I don't know. I think he just has a shitty dentist or he doesn't take care of them, and he never really got comfortable with them, putting them in, or maybe the polydent is slipping. It's hard to say, really, because he's such a lazy fucker.
Well, it's become a running joke amongst Redditors, amongst other people on other like YouTube channels, whatever, even on the Stern channel, where people are allowed to post stuff. I always see multiple Fs before something, making fun of it, so we're not the only ones that notice it. It's quite obvious.
Correct.
And it's not because he's swearing. Yours with the F word, like he's all fired up, and that's when it comes out. No, it's with anything that starts with F.
Right. And sometimes it'll even be S's or P's,
Yes.
F's, sometimes a T here and there. But like he just butchers the language to begin with, being a 79. He's got so much working against him. The last thing he needs is a bad set of choppers.
No kidding. So this next one is called Sloucho Bunkering Down for Summer.
What are you doing for this summer? You going away at all?
No.
That's high pitch, low pitch Eric, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You sound like everybody else. Everyone says to me, "You going away? You going away?" Yeah, that happened once. I went with Jimmy and Molly to Italy, but I'm not looking to go away again.
Don't think that's going to be a regular thing. Huh?
I like my house. I like hanging out.
It'll take another 10 years to get him to go on a trip.
But like my grandson's going to be with me this weekend, and then my daughter's coming in with my 2 granddaughters, and I'm hanging out.
Well,
I'm
the
doing my
world
thing.
is to come to you. Yeah.
Yeah, right. World comes to me.
Okay. So what about your party at the crafts? Your billionaire friends and you getting together for July 4th for, homemade drone show. Sorry, not fireworks. It was a specialized drone show that he had, and like a 17-foot American flag, and hobnobbing with all your rich friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not going anywhere. Just bunkering down.
If I had a pool like his, I'd be swimming every goddamn day. And he probably has an indoor pool as well. Like the amount of stuff he could be doing. Like when he says, "I love being at home," he's not even taking full advantage of his own home.
No, he's scared of the sun. And it's been so hot and humid out here on the East Coast lately with tons of rain that, times where it's actually enjoyable to be outside are few and far between. But you can't go swimming when you have to maintain that wig of his. Well, it's just too much.
Well, the times we've seen him with his hair wet, like at those pool paparazzi photos where he's like holding Beth, like these were like, we got to be 20 years old, these photos. And he looks ridiculous with that hair wet, like in the wet look.
Right. Well, it's not even fully wet. It's just the tips.
Right.
Like he just gets his shoulders wet, and then anything that hangs down low enough will get wet. But now never see him in the pool. Haven't seen him in the pool in, like you said, 20 years.
Ages. Yeah. And that was, if he had his way, that picture would have never been taken. Like he couldn't control that one. Cause it was like clearly from a zoom lens, it wasn't very clear. I mean, it was clear, but it wasn't full res, cause they cropped it. Yeah.
And I guarantee he's not on the beach either, because there's no way he's got sure footing. Like that's a fall or trip hazard for people over 70. Like Robin, him.
No,
can't do that.
He ain't Rocky and Apollo running on the beach in Rocky 3. The next one, guys, Robin, I'm not gay, but
I mean, I would blow a Lucas Nelson. I'm not gay. You understand.
Okay, we had played some of. Did we end up playing the Lucas Nelson clips?
There wasn't anything clip worthy from it, so I didn't clip any. I just brought it, up that he was a nepo baby, and it was a bunch of ass kissing, and just it went nowhere. It was only for like 30 minutes because it was supposed to be like to close the show out.
Yeah,
but you know how he drones on about questions and what guitar are you playing, and all just. The mundane bullshit,
yeah. The next one's called "No More Blocking Caller ID."
And you love this too. We love innovation. Call-in button on the app. There's a cool new feature on the SiriusXM app. When you're listening to our shows live, a call-in button appears, and you could click on it to call directly into the show. And all our Howard 101 shows, like the Wrap-Up Show and Rasan Show and all that other stuff. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're at work or on your way to work, So I mean, when do you ever have a chance to look at the app, except maybe if you're, sort of not clipping, but even if you're not clipping, you're looking and you're taking like notes of timestamps. Do you know what this app, do you know if this button he's talking about?
Right. It's a phone, like it's a picture of a phone, like a button that you can click on the app. So while you're listening, you have to be careful not to hit that accidentally.
That's a bad layout.
And they've had it now for a long time. This isn't that new.
Yeah.
It started sometime around the new year.
Okay.
And one thing I noticed is they don't scroll the number to call in anymore, but they have this button. So in the past, if you called, you could probably block your number for like anybody that wanted to troll the show, people like us.
Yes.
And this button kind of prevents that because it's like an automatic auto dial. You don't have a chance to hide your number. That way they don't catch on to who you are or that you keep calling in. Maybe they can block you better on this or track you better
I'd say
without
so.
you protecting yourself. So yeah, I was very like, I know, I look at this thing every day because I'm constantly clipping and rewinding. Yep. And so the buttons I hit, and then when it changed format, I was like, what the fuck is this? And they didn't talk about it for like 5 months. And then when he did, I'm just like, oh, I get it now. Like they're just protecting who can call in and trying, I don't know, maybe they want more callers, but it just seems like all their callers are pre-planned. And even the staff has mentioned like they've planned, arranged calls with people and told them when to call in and about what subject matter to call in. So yeah, it's still scripted and a lot of it is still back office, I believe. They've got callers that are fans of the show or want to hear themselves, like, and then there's Jill that I don't clip. God. But it just seems like it's more focused on getting certain types of people to call in. I don't know anybody who's tried as of late. I don't try because I don't want to be on their radar. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm using fake name, I'm using whatever, so it doesn't come back and bite me in the ass somehow.
Well, when I did manage to get through to on hold, at least it was using Skype because obviously I'm not paying, direct dial internationally, to call, wait for 45 minutes on the Stern show and pay $100, and then not get on. But I would use whatever my name is. So like Fillmore Fingers is calling in, but I don't know that it comes up as anything, to be honest, on the other end when I used to use Skype. This thing would invariably have your name that you registered your Sirius thing under and all your information. And they might even use it to block you by him saying, I told Sirius you got to get rid of it. Now, I don't think he'd have the power to do that because Sirius needs every paying customer they can get.
True.
So
that's a good point. But I think they want to know who, he's got people that he can contact and search into, who's harassing him and trolling him. Whatever, Mr. Tough Guy.
Yep. Next one is called, and this is, I can't remember the previous number, but 91 staffers living check to check.
So, we have a lot of people. We have a pretty big staff. I don't know how many people work on the show. It's way more than you think. It's fucking incredible.
In the 70s, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's, Howard, I think the last number I heard was 91.
Yeah.
Whoa,
and you're probably saying to yourself, if you had 91 people working on this show, it should be a lot better. But
no kidding.
Best we.
Yeah, there are not 91 people working on the show. There might actually be a dozen at any one given time at tops. And that includes the fake callers. That includes people getting, just doing random, like while it's being like Jason having to keep track of it. Will, everybody in the back office who is there with pictures of him scattered around just to keep an eye on it and also clip stuff for YouTube.
Right. There's also editors for the videos. There's people that do the mashup songs at the beginning of the show.
Right.
And then you've got impersonators like the Joan Rivers Corpse, Andrew Dice Clay, all the fake voices that they have. And then I'm sure they include people like Matt Friend who come on and do like a bit once a year. So they've got to pull from all these different, that's how many sources they need just to make this shit show that we get. Right. And here Sirius is supposed to be cutting back on expenditures. I forget how much it was. Was it 100 million or 20 million they were trying to save this year.
It was substantial.
It
However,
was in the millions. Yeah.
and as we said before, guys, it's not 91 workers. It's 91 people they can tap to do things for the show, but they're all freelance. So they're not getting paid. They're not all getting paid a salary. That's the point. I'm saying there might be 20 people or 25
Right.
at most getting a full-time salary, and the rest are just like contractees, you know.
That's where I was going to say is on-air personalities, there's up to about 20.
Right.
Because they'll pull in a bunch of staff and people to, fake fight or do these questionnaires. Like we're going to get into the staff survey that they
Right.
did, which is just a high school of most likely twos. And it was, again, scripted, fake, and
Yep.
pointed in certain directions to make, certain people angry or give certain people attention. But Howard never won any of the awards, and he probably should have won most of them. But I'll
Yep.
wait till we get closer to that.
Can
The
do.
heck?
Yeah. I employ a small country. My kid even asked me the other night, one of my kids said to me, "Are you going to retire?" I said, "How can I? Half the world is dependent on me to keep working."
That's right. How are all those people going to eat?
Yeah, but I'm tired. This is crazy. I have too much responsibility. Peace and love.
Yeah, I think what I said in a previous breakdown, not the last one perhaps, but the one before, was that it feeds his ego to believe that all these people are dependent on him. But in fact, most of those 91 people, if it is indeed 91, need other gigs to survive, not him. So he's not, and that's what he says to himself to make him feel like, oh, I'm important. Even if I don't have the numbers, I have all these people that are counting on me to keep going, because otherwise, they're going to be homeless.
Well, every 5 years we go through this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to resign. I'm done.
Right.
And then he resigns, but each year I believe the salary has gone down. So it'll be another reason for those people to be happy at the little pittance of salary or paychecks that they do get throughout the year, because he's keeping them employed.
Yep.
And they're not employable anywhere else, honestly. There's
No.
really no talent. I mean, Richard and Sal could do a podcast and do fake phony calls or tradio calls, and I would probably listen to them. But there's really nobody else that I care about enough to listen to on a regular basis, because those two were talented. And if Richard did like a drumming segment or some sort of way, as Sal could roast different people in the media, they have potential. But
And
the rest of the staff, no, sorry, nothing.
There's also a possibility that even if he did retire, he would sort of make it possible for Bowie and John Hine to just do what the Friday show originally was, which was play old master tape theater type clips, and then continue with that. Like, so there's some kind of presence, like, and they're going to narrate what happened to here and what happened there, whatever. But again, since they don't play most of those old things unless they've been hella curated, I don't see the point of that. Like, no one, then they are doing QF. Basically.
Yeah. Like this week, for example, on the summer school, I listened to the first day that was Mamet, and the second day it was Jeff Ross. And I happen to like Jeff Ross, so I wanted to hear what he had to say. And it was mainly just him promoting his new Broadway show that's coming out in the next week or sometime I think he's doing like 8 weeks on Broadway, 8 shows a day for maybe 6 weeks or something like that. It's
a hell of a workout.
So Hine and Bowie sort of have this whole like tag team interview style, but they talk over each other constantly because Bowie can't shut the fuck up. And they just interrupt each other. So they'd really have to refine that to like even do like celebrity fans of Howard that want to come on and promote stuff and talk about, like, they're doing this thing where each week they're going to have 20 bits from serious years that you can vote on as your favorite. And like mine would be Sal's apology.
Yeah.
Right. Other people, it's Sal, my dick is gone. And anything Sal is usually gold, but they have 20 this week you're supposed to go vote on. And then they're going to have a panel with one listener and some two staff members, and they're going to discuss bits from the serious years. So they're already doing sort of like a best of serious years over the summer. And I think they're going to just, like they always do, recycle and rehash these bits and then talk about them from September to December and make it seem like he's retiring, see what kind of buzz they get if people really care, if anybody, to try and maybe drum up some good A-list guests, because they're going to put the fear in people that he's going away and they got to kiss the ring before he does. But inevitably he won't. It'll just be a reduced show that is like 2 a week for, the same schedule, just summers off and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
It's the same can. It's the same can of tomato juice with like less in it, but the exact same size. So you think, well, nothing's happened. Whatever. They just reduce the numbers, like Pringles or something. But when you mentioned about John Hine and Bowie talking over each other, who do you think's the worst between the two? I presume it would be Bowie cutting people off.
It is. Yeah. It absolutely is. He is like just not well-spoken. He stutters a lot.
Yeah.
Hine knows what he wants to say, and he has a way of saying it. I know he's vanilla, and we hate him and all this, but as an announcer, he's had time on SFN in New York on the sports channel, where he does do like broadcasting, reads teleprompters, and he's more articulate, let's say, and he has not charm, but he has a way about him that makes the show flow. And he definitely does it better than Bowie. That's not saying a lot, but Bowie just can't shut the fuck up. He doesn't know when to chime in. And he just blathers most of the time and has to tell a story.
It reminded me of that Tracy line where she says all these stories that I've heard 1,000 fucking times, and Bowie is one of those people now, and he seems to think that he's so fabulously entertaining. And I could see him using that and getting that clout in his head and going letting that get to his head and thinking, no, what I have to say is more important. Shut the fuck up, like just to stomp over people. And also because he's so neutered on the regular show. Time was when he'd be able to go out of his office, come into this compound, talk directly to Robin, whoever. Now he's probably not even allowed to do that.
I think it really has to be set up beforehand.
Yep.
Or arranged that like he, if the bit starts going slow, then he'll jump in with stuff, or he's got an idea for something that he could bring in later. Yeah. And he's a conduit to bringing more people in to talk about a
That's subject. Right. Next one, guys, is called Fuck My Staff.
Last couple weeks, maybe months, the staff has really kicked it up, man. You got to give them props.
I always give them props.
We'll give them a raise. You said you got 87 people.
Get the fuck off the phone. Raise.
Now you've gone too far.
Yeah, no. Later, Joey. Raise. What an animal this guy is. He's called in before. I don't like that guy.
Oh, God. Truer words could not be spoken.
Well, that's got to be a kick in the balls to everybody working their ass off in the back. That's going to make me want to work harder. Okay. Great.
No kidding.
Thanks, Joey.
Next clip, we're almost done, the 23rd, guys. It's called Just Like High School.
No, the staff has been on fire. But, there's a lot of people who you hear on the air. But I think we have more staff that work off the air. Because we have the television component for the app. We have so many people who work off the air, too. So somebody was a genius. Maybe it was you, Will. Went away and said to the staff that doesn't work on the air, or was it Chris who did this?
I think this was originally Wolfie's idea, and then it morphed into a whole thing. Yeah, but I think he deserves the most credit.
This was a good idea. They went to the staff off air, the guys you never hear from, and they asked them, how did you guys do this? You took a vote or something, and you came up with words about the guys on air?
Yeah, so we asked the writers, hey, let's come up with some awards for the on-air staff.
Awards.
Let's see.
Okay.
Well, like high school superlatives.
Yearbook.
So,
high school superlatives, like best dressed, most, whatever, the most likely to succeed.
Most likely to succeed.
Okay. Fuck. Well, this is kind of right up Wiggy's alley. He's been living high school his entire life now.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. Next one, guys. Queen Ophelia loves any attention.
Robin. Oh, Rob.
What is this?
Robin, you won most condescending. Jason and Mehmet had many votes as well. It was almost a three-way tie.
But I was top. Okay.
You were top. Most condescending. You beat them by 2 votes.
Well, if I'm going to be in a category, I'd rather be first.
There's no one more condescending on that show than Robin in just the way she speaks. That one I covered with Raven, the art of being unfuckable with, the art of being incomprehensible, bitch. It's not out yet. It's due to come out on Patreon soon, guys. When you see it, you will see. I'm sure you will see what we saw and experienced. That she believes as she's gotten older, she's this elder statesman and that her words are like bricks of good, like wisdom dropping out. Each one is valuable. And so she can say them slower. Her cadence, her storytelling has gone like plodding to a halt. And she's laughing at her own stuff, which is part nerves again, but it's also, I think I'm so goddamn funny, what I'm saying.
Right. So they had to give Robin something, and condescending, of course, goes along with the whole character she's built.
Sure.
And I'm sure it's true.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure a lot of fuckers on the show are condescending, especially when you have 91 people and you're sitting in the top 20.
Yep.
You got 70 more people to shit on and pump for work.
Yep.
Now, I have all the results. Let's finish this clip.
Sure.
And then we'll get into it.
Okay.
I don't even know. Are you condescending? I guess, I don't know. Are you? Is that
know
fair?
what people consider condescending. I
Will,
consider
you think that's fair?
myself a realist.
I think they're just talking about on air. I don't think off air that's the case at all. But maybe on air she's correcting people sometimes, and they see that as condescending.
I see. Well, I never looked.
Please tell me, regale us with the list.
So that most condescending was Robin first, Jason second, and Mehmet third. Now, most likely to use Wiggy's name for free stuff was Bowie, which we already knew.
Oh, yeah.
Most likely to start a podcast was Bowie first, which I found interesting, and Sal second, Sal and Richard.
Yep.
Now, like I said, there was no award for Wiggy. None. So nobody had the balls, I guess, to put him up, or it was just a mandate that you can't vote for him on any of these. Worst temper was Ronnie, but I would give it to Jelly Beaner in his real self, not the on-air person that we get.
Right.
That he probably freaks out the most when shit goes wrong and they have staff meetings. The creepiest was Sal and Benji.
How could that be possible? JD's a slam dunk every fucking time.
Yeah.
But I guess, in this case, it's more like, well, we don't, maybe it's out of sight, out of mind. Like if we don't hear from him so much, he's less, or it's too, they're doing, like, why would you pick Benji's weird. He's not creepy.
Well, I get Sal. That makes total sense.
Right.
With the piss porn and old lady porn.
Yep.
But, JD, they don't know maybe his whole history.
Maybe.
Or they're trying to get like the most perverted staffer.
Yeah.
We believe it was either Jason or JD, but they wouldn't reveal that.
That's right.
Because it might hinder their future job chances, or if Jason was getting a divorce, JD was getting a divorce, go figure, that half the staff is divorced. Nowicki, I mean, they never last. But those were just some of the thoughts. Grossest, smelliest, and sloppiest was Richard. But
that's a standard. That used to be the old standby.
And what's funny is he also was most likable.
Yep.
So people don't care that he's gross or smelly. He's genuinely like a good guy probably. And people, he never gets mad. He never throws people under the bus unless it's Sal. And that's just a bit.
Right. He can be all those things, likable, smelly, and, grungy or whatever the other thing was. Unclean.
It's a weird twist. Most likable, number 2, the second place was JD.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Because he's a total twat. And here's the one that I like was JD got voted the most unhealthy out of everybody because he is ballooned up.
Yeah.
And he can't take care of himself. He can't, make anything. Everything is pre-bought, microwaved, or takeout. And it's all shit food.
Yeah, you'd think they'd all be like that more or less. And Will, I don't know, Will I think might be on speed or something, but maybe he just eats minimally and drinks. Who knows? People's metabolism, people's bodies. With JD, it's strictly shit lifestyle, like shit everything. I mean, he is an opened, discarded fucking O. Henry bar.
Not to mention all the booze and the weed and whatever else Blit is poisoning his body with.
Yeah.
Now, here's one that I thought should have been Wiggy. Most likely to never talk to anyone from the show if it ends.
Oh, that
And
was that. That was them. They couldn't say him, but they would have.
so who got it? Fred. Which, he would have been second place to Wiggy. I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't fucking get it, which was a weird kind of thing. And the person, it was two people, Sam and Benji. They tied each other for that one. Again, it should be 79. It should be Wiggy. Doesn't fucking get it.
Unless
and he's always right.
Unless it should have been written, we don't get them. And that, like, we don't get them, and they fucked up the naming of that, because Benji was for a long time just incomprehensible. When he tried to make points, they were just pointless and really stupid, and non sequiturs and jokes where people would want a straight answer, that kind of thing.
Sure.
In terms of intelligence, it's clearly Howard. We just doesn't get anything.
I'm guessing a lot of this voting was done like whispered down the lane, like, who are we going after for this one? And they're all texting each other, like in a group text chain, just put Sam for this one because we don't like Sam. She's a bitch or whatever.
Right. Whatever.
Biggest ass kiss was also Sam.
Yep. That makes
Fakest
sense.
on-air persona, which we know is Wiggy, but Sam got that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest tattletale, Jason. No surprise there.
Easily. Used to be Bowie.
Fakest laugh should have been Howard.
But
it was Jason. It was Jason. And Jason does, he has a goofy laugh.
That nervous titter that he does all the time. Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
It is.
Most likely to blame junior staffers. And it was Jason and then Bowie was a close second.
I'd say there wasn't anything to split between them, really, because Bowie will throw anybody under the bus and when he gets in trouble.
Not to mention, they're weasels at the top. So that's the only way to stay at the top, is to throw everybody else under the bus.
Yep.
There's only a couple more. Cockiest, rudest, whiniest, least liked, most delusional, and biggest ego.
Okay.
Were all Mehmet.
Interesting.
And now Mehmet's been trying to expose everybody for playing Wordle, playing crosswords. So I think a lot of people have it in for him because he's timing their trips to the bathroom. He's observing everybody on staff. So how do you get back at, another weasel in the office,
right?
Which is loaded with them, is, do that. But Mehmet just loves the attention. He doesn't care. He doesn't. He talked about it today on Summer School that I listened. It was actually on Monday, the 14th of July, but time doesn't exist in this world.
No.
So he took it as like a badge of honor that he's a good leader. And that he ruffles feathers and gets people on their toes and makes them better workers. Like, he was, for the longest time, the first one in the office to turn the light on. And then everybody started rushing into the office to be the first one there.
Yep.
Bunch of kiss asses. That's just the way this show goes, I guess.
Big time.
And then when Howard retires, who is the one person you never want to see again? And that was also Mehmet. So it just seemed kind of
that sounds like calculated. Let's all pile on to make it like we'll write it all to make it seem like, this is the person that we all hate. But most of them are not going to see any of them again.
No, it's going to be just a complete bloodbath when the show, when or if it ends. But I think Howard's just going to die on air.
I hope so.
Or in the bowling alley on his way to the studio. One or the other.
Like, are you going to be able to clip that in time before they take it out of the replay, before you hear it?
I imagine. Well, the thing about the live shows, even if I fall behind, I still follow Bring Back Jackie.
Yeah.
So if something big happens, he usually catches it. And if it's something I think will be deleted, I immediately fast forward. I mark where I left off, and then I jump ahead to whatever he's listening to just to make sure I don't lose that.
Yeah.
But, again, if I'm busy at work and sometimes I don't get to the tweet for 10, 20 minutes, I might miss it.
Yep.
But I do try to he's a good measuring stick of the show that day, and at least what I'm about to listen to if I haven't heard it yet.
Yep.
So I try to keep up with him.
Yeah, the Reddit thread is good, but you have to keep refreshing. Twitter, it's not like Twitter does a good job of keeping things going. And when we were doing the listening threads, they were good as well. But again, it was Facebook's a little sometimes weird to negotiate because sometimes they'll go most relevant, no, I want all comments or, most popular. Like, no, just leave it as they are. I want them in order. And you can have that option with Reddit to just switch from oldest post to most popular or newest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a great option because then you can just go like, let's see the progression because you can tell by the timestamps when they're timed. That's also when they were in the show, which is great. Works great for wherever you are. Next one, guys, and last one for the day. I'm not buying this.
Lots of women that vote that are in our back office that vote. In fact, I would say the majority of people that voted in this thing were women. So I don't think it's fair to say.
But you know what, Howard? I think
majority were women. Really?
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the Howard that we know. But he hired Marcy. He's got female assistants. So I do think he believes that women work harder and are smarter on some level because he had a female on his movie.
Betty
Thomas. He had
his
Reagan,
assistants are female.
The E show was
Robin
Redzinski, Judith Regan. He's had a lot of women controlling things in his life besides Big Daddy Don Buchwald.
Oh yeah,
and I just think that he does see something in women that he trusts, or maybe trying to be politically correct. He needs women around to say, no, you can't say that, or certain direct. I don't know. I just don't know why they would say that there's so many women on staff, but clearly they don't like Sam, or that was the intent to get across in this.
Yeah, even if it was
survey.
Right. Well, even if it was all scripted. But the thing is, Howard is actually, if you think about it, he's proven like very lucky that the personal assistants he's had over the years have not spilled the beans that we know of. Because chances are, like someone like Laura told something that only she could know or Beth could know, then they would root it out like immediately. So he's lucky that they haven't decided, I'll take a huge payday back when he was still hot, go to the Inquirer and say, I want $1 million and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this asshole.
Well, I think he has them all signing NDAs, like 50 year or but something till death or perpetuity. I don't even know if that's possible.
I don't think it's possible. I think they do have a finite time, like it could be 20 years or something like that. But like 20 years after something has happened, the one presupposes who's having you write the NDA that no one will care about that indiscretion 20 years ago if it comes out later. You know what I mean? And I think that's predominantly the purpose of those things.
It would pass any statute of limitations for
exactly
anything that might have gone down or some connection, like him and Leon. What's the billionaire?
Black. Leon Black. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's coming up really hot in the Epstein stuff.
Yep.
In any Epstein stuff that you can find or in the gossip pages, Leon Black was deep with Epstein. So I have to question if Howard met Epstein. Not that he had anything to do with him necessarily. He may have been invited to go to the island or on the airplane on the Lolita Express, but I'm thinking he just kind of sniffed out like some shadiness there. Or he just was too scared.
I think Howard. I don't believe. I think he might have met him like at some gala or something like that, but that's as far as it went for a number of reasons. Number one, as you just said, being scared, like can't control what he's doing. He's not getting on a plane of somebody he doesn't know. Like he wants control. He wants his own plane to go where he wants to go, and also he doesn't like traveling, so he's not going to another island, a billionaire's island, whatever. He wants to be the big shit in the swimming pool.
And apparently Epstein was collecting millions, like $1 billion from all these rich assholes. And we know Howard clings to his marbles. So as soon as he got a whiff of this guy wants money or donations for shit, he was zooming out of there. He's not going anywhere near people that are looking for charity donations or any kind of foundation fundraisers because he's looking to get money himself from people.
Well, that's it.
So this guy's cutting into his territory of the cat scam charity or any other bullshit.
Yeah, I don't see how on that basis alone, I just don't see him getting in tow with someone who's, if he's got to give money to, but also just the idea of like Don Buchwald would have put the kibosh on that and saying, we don't, somebody, I don't know who knew what about Epstein, but there had to be people that knew this stuff went on. And Don being head of an agency would have had to have heard something about him and told Howard, don't do this. Don't have anything to do with this guy. So next one, guys, we're going into the 24th. And this first clip is called Nursing Home Conversations Sound Like This. I believe we've had similar clips like this in the past.
Number 100 is Superbad. Superbad.
I would agree that it belongs on the list of best pictures.
Of the 21st century?
Well, no, it's a 20th century movie, isn't it?
The 100 best movies of the 21st century. I'm just saying, I don't know what century we're in now, even. I'm just keeping it real.
It's the 21st.
I didn't know that. I'm keeping it very real.
Superbad came out in 2007, Robin.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yes.
I'm saying, first of all, how about I don't know what century we're in? So
This is something you figure out when, by the time you're in high school, you should know this because you hear it so many times. You know, you're in 1800, but it's the 19th century, that kind of shit. You know, like you're going, like at whatever 1900, the 20th century. You know this. You just figure this out. Like AM and PM. Like as soon as it hits midnight, you're at AM again. That kind of shit.
Right. Not to mention there was 20th Century Fox was a huge film production company. So you're like, oh, 20th century. It's the 1900s. Got it.
Bingo.
You know, you get that as a kid.
Yeah.
Realized. I was like, maybe it's the 20th century as far as I know. How do you know it's the 21st century? How do you do that again? Because I know it's the. I know we're in the 2000s. We
had a change from the 1900s to the 2000s, and the 2000s are the 21st century.
What a fucking idiot. Sorry. Oh, Christ almighty.
Captain Obvious. Thank you, Robin.
No kidding. The next one is in reference to a new actor who's maybe some kind of twink. Please go ahead.
This is Jacob Elordi from Euphoria and Kissing Booth that Howard watches both of. And unfortunately, I did too as research for the show. And I watched Euphoria because my kids watch it and I had to know what kind of filth they were into.
Of course.
But he is going to be the new Frankenstein. And Howard calls him hot, fuckable Frankenstein.
Right. Ripped, fuckable Frankenstein.
What a Elordi. Jacob Elordi.
He's Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's movie that's coming out.
Is he? Wow. He's like a good-looking Frankenstein. Hot Frankenstein. Nice.
Christian Bale's Frankenstein in Maggie Gyllenhaal's version.
Wow.
Everybody's doing a Frankenstein movie?
Yeah.
Hot Frankenstein, because that makes sense. You know, like, why would you make an ugly Frankenstein? Why not make a good-looking guy into Frankenstein? You know, that's a good fucking take.
Well,
okay, he is arguing way too hard for this. And number one, the emphasis on that's not for a joke. Like, he's not making a joke, and he's not he's not analyzing it like, some socioeconomic professor saying, whatever. He's just going like, oh, that guy's so fucking hot. Like, clearly he has a Jones for this kid.
Yes, and this kid has been known to go both ways. So he's been
really?
seen with men and women. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I figured it is a guy. It's not like Hunter Schafer or anything. It is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's
very good looking, and he's a very big, tall, buff guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but Enty, our gossip lawyer, he's shown videos or podcasts with him in like having coffee outside some cafe in New York City with him and his boyfriend or whatever they were.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's right up Wig's alley if he is bi or gay.
Yeah. The whole idea back in the day was these guys didn't have a lot of sophisticated equipment. And so when they were putting together people, they turned out looking really ragged.
Yeah, but if you're going to chop someone's head off, chop off a good-looking head. You know what I mean?
Well, they didn't just chop a head. They, they used skin from different places and wrapped it around the body. That's why all the scars and the stitches.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I'm not a Frankenstein expert, but I like this take of like a really highly fuckable Frankenstein. Like, women go nuts for him.
That's the second multiple F word we've got here. Like, let me just go back just that 1 second. Hold on, let me get that.
Sure.
Frankenstein expert, but I like this take of like a really highly fuckable Frank.
Fuckable.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, I'm gonna ask you the opposite. Like, when is the last time you described a woman as incredibly fuckable?
Oh,
decades?
Yeah,
Or never, because that wouldn't be a word you'd use in that context.
I don't describe women that way.
Yeah.
I just say they're beautiful, you know, they're
sexy,
gorgeous,
whatever.
Sexy or wowzer. That's all woman right there. You know,
right.
Like I'm not that creepy. No.
Well, he's a little rapey with these comments.
Frankenstein, like women go nuts for him. Ripped.
Does he
abs.
still not be, or is he going to be a talker now? He's got.
Oh no, he's going to. No, he's not going to be like. He's going to be like, "Hello, darling. You know, I'm reanimated, and I'm going to. I'm going to fuck you. They gave me a 90-inch penis. They put 3 of them together."
Man, okay. So how long after is this going to be? This is going to be a prop. Guillermo del Toro is a very good director. He did The Shape of Water. He did Pacific Rim. He did Blade 2, I believe. I seem to recall he's quite well respected. He's done a lot of great work, and and these are just a couple films. But this is slated to be a major release, right? I presume so.
Yeah, the trailer came out a month ago.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
The release date is May 31st.
So it's already been out.
Oh.
No, it can't be.
No, the trailer came out May 31st.
Okay,
my bad.
Yeah.
November of 25.
All right. So they might be
We'll
they might, if he's possible, they're going to keep it for Oscar season, which is really January, not November. But that's also close enough to Oscar season for next year that it might, if it's big enough, it might go into that. No?
It's Netflix, so it'll get an Emmy for TV.
Oh, I thought it was a theatrical release.
No.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
No, couldn't get the kind of money you need for something like that. I guess
not.
Movies. There's actually more people watching Netflix than there are going to the movies. So
I'd say
it kind of makes you might get more clicks and views that way. I don't know.
I guess so. Next one: divorced dad doesn't ditch daughters anymore.
I called my daughters, check in with them, see what's happening. We're making some summer plans, with the kids, the grandchildren. I have to do that because I'm divorced. Normally, if you're not divorced, your wife makes all those plans, but
that's not true, for fuck's sake. And the other things, normally I wouldn't, I'm doing that because I'm divorced. What he's admitting is, if we weren't divorced, I would have no time for the kids, which is what happened when I was married. I had no time for the kids.
Right. He was forced into court-ordered therapy and weekends
and spending time with Ashley. Yeah.
Well, he's been divorced like 28 years now.
Yep.
Seriously? You're divorced? Oh, shocker.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also 72 and your kids are 30 and older. One's in her 40s.
He loves playing with time. Yeah, Emily officially, she was bid. Yeah, if she was born, I think she might just be just in her early 40s, because she was born 84, 85 when he was at WNBC. So now that's 15, 25. Yeah, she's got to be 40. Might be this year or last year or next year.
So this is ridiculous. I mean, they're parents now. Two of the 3.
Yeah. And not, and I seriously, I don't know. We don't talk about it. I doubt Emily's going to have any kids. It doesn't look like she wants any. And based on the childhood she had, would you blame her?
Not at all. I mean, she's lucky she's still holding on at this point.
I think so too. Yeah.
And I think she's really messed in the head.
And and I think that if again, I believe her religion is the only thing that sort of keeps her afloat.
Right. It's grounding for her.
On some level, yeah, I believe so. And that's a good thing. I mean, I certainly don't wish ill on the kids, but if there was one of them that was going to go off the deep end, it would be Emily.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a divorced dad. So
I'm glad that you do it, because it shouldn't just be the wife if just because you stayed married. Everybody should be making plans.
That's one of the things I realized as a dad. You gotta make your own relationship with your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't check out. So
yeah, good thing you figured this out in 2025.
Totally did.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
No, like Beth isn't going to do it because the kids hate her.
Yeah.
Allison's not going to do it because it's none of her business. Like, she doesn't want anything to do with him.
Right.
His assistant, that's what he's got left. I bet you she does. I'm sure they might talk about stuff, but then like logistics are
that's beyond him. That's beyond him.
Via the assistant. Yeah, not him. Because he doesn't keep his calendar.
And can you imagine, like, one of the kids says, why don't we meet at such and such? You know, where's that? Why don't we meet next Saturday? When's that? Like, literally, no sense of time, no sense of where. How do I set this? Can someone show me on my phone how to do this? To the point of him turning off his phone might be beyond him.
Sure. He floats from the guitar to the TV to the bed to the nap, the nap time. And no, he's and Robert Kraft. He'll float over to his place every now and then too.
Yes, without question.
I'm very happy with my relationship with my daughters. I just love them to death. And I did commit a faux pas on Valentine's Day. I sent my kids flowers, the girls flowers. And my daughter Emily has a cat. And then all of a sudden I went, oh, fuck. I sent, some flowers can kill cats.
Yes, you sent. I didn't want to say anything, but you almost caused.
They almost kill your cats?
Crazy things to happen. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I jumped out of bed because I saw the flowers.
Okay, I've never heard this story before in now however many 20, 30 years of the show. Him sending Robin flowers and the cat almost getting into it. Come on.
This was allegedly a recent thing that he sent them this year for Mother's Day or I don't know, Christmas, whatever, Valentine's Day that he sent them. And didn't realize that you don't like Beth is our animal aficionado apparently, and she should have, but he doesn't pick the arrangements. One of the assistants did it.
Yeah.
It's not like he had any hand in determining what went to these people. He just says, give this amount insert number figure here to Ashley, Emily, Deborah, Robin. And, they
just
unfortunately
send me the bill.
Slipped.
Yeah, send me the bill so I can complain about it later.
Something slipped through.
Yeah.
And then he's getting shit about it. And I'm sure he gave whoever did it, whichever assistant of his, the
silliness.
The shit downhill.
Next clip, guys, is called Angry Prick.
I think, you've never done that before. That was the first time that ever happened. And I was like, that doesn't seem right.
I'm like, why the fuck am I such a great guy and everything backfires on me? You know what I mean? I mean, how many guys really are as thoughtful as I am? Always make sure Robin gets her flowers. I used to send my mom flowers.
I'm so thoughtful. I got my wife to pick out a gift for your birthday, and then you ripped me on the air about it, rightfully so, just in an awful way. That was one of my favorite clips. Robin not knowing exactly how to word it in a way that doesn't make her sound like an asshole, but yet being correct about it at the same time.
Or all the shitty paintings that he faked with whatever app he was using and give to people that are like a 3-inch by 3-inch painting. Yeah, thanks, fuckface.
I have to look back and see when that started and when it stopped and compare it to the length of the other hobbies, like when the first mention of the hobby starts and when they all end, because you usually have a shelf life of less than 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. Bar chart. There we go.
There we go. Exactly.
Can you not send me these flowers anymore? What? What do you mean? There's bugs in my house. I don't know where you got these flowers from. I don't understand, but I'm filled with bugs.
Knowing him a roadside somewhere, some fucking store, somebody's graveyard where they ripped him off somebody else's gravesite.
Oh my God, I've heard this story at least 20 times.
What, 20 bugs with the flowers?
Yeah, and doing the Ray impression of "Don't ever give me flowers again."
Yeah.
Please don't send me anything.
Fuck off. Next one is, I love when the sarcasm is dripping from the typing here. Busy with 6-hour naps and guitar.
I'm soaking my foot in Epsom salts. Did you ever do that? I go, Mom, you think I'm busy? I'm so busy, I don't have a minute Epsom salts. I don't even know what that is.
What a fucking 79.
I don't know what century this is. I work so many hours, I don't know anything. I barely know what's happening.
Baking soda, shithead. Just throw it in there.
Fuck off.
Yeah. The next one, guys, retirement rejects.
Question, now that you're planning or potentially retiring, who's going to be the first one of the staff to leave? Who's going to pull the Stuttering John?
Interesting that they mentioned Stuttering John, and that doesn't lead to, why do you mention that asshole? Because he's totally persona non grata after so many years talking shit about Howard.
Right. I don't think he really addresses that, if I remember correctly. This is a while ago.
Yeah, he did.
I think he just leads into how he keeps them all, alive and fed and their families.
Course. Yeah. Worship me.
You mean to leave before the show ends?
To leave now preemptively.
I don't know. No one. According to my poll, no one has any job offers. They have nowhere to go. Nobody's looking for that.
Well, they haven't put out any resumes either.
That you know of. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's not being too aware.
They have. Just nobody responded.
Nobody responds.
Where the hell are they going? No, I mean, any of them could get a job immediately. Are you kidding, Robin? Once you work on this show,
well,
once you work on this show, immediately, all of show business wants you. It's tremendously difficult.
But our staff has gotten so large now, and every other show is cutting staff.
That did. By the way, that stopped for some reason. It didn't continue into the other.
There are jobs out there.
Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry for the lag there, guys. That was the media player getting fucked up. What I was going to say was not a single one of those part-time workers is only doing gigs for the Stern Show. Every one of them is working on like a dozen other places to make ends meet, guaranteed.
Right, and check out their LinkedIn history. See how often they've updated that, because that would tell you a lot right there.
Oh yeah, shows they've worked on, shows they've contributed to, that kind of shit. Yep.
Also, there were some promotions recently that, like Mehmet is now in charge of a bigger group of people.
Yep.
So it almost seems like he's scraping to give them bigger titles.
Yep.
Just to keep them hanging on till the end of the year, maybe.
Not more money, just more responsibility, perhaps, or different responsibility.
More work and a change in title, if anything.
Yeah. Next one, Wiggy doing Special Mental Olympics here.
Cool name for Gary's toe fungus is onychomycosis. Onychomycosis. Look, it's spelled O-N-C-H-O-N-Y. This is more complicated.
You can't even spell it, let alone say it.
He's having a complete meltdown in his brain right now.
And believe me, guys, I know about medicine specifically, medical, like diseases, afflictions, medical, sort of scientific names for birds, for example. These are all complex, multisyllabic, largely multisyllabic words. But he can't even look at the thing and say A-C-O, whatever. He's fucking it up.
No, it's onychomycosis. But the thing is, the staff has to phonetically spell shit. And even when they do that, he can't get it right.
No, because they don't know how to do it.
No.
Like it's the way they started. My nephew, when he was 10 years old, told me, I asked him how he's doing at school, and he said, at this point in time, the Ontario government was doing it. I don't know if they still do it. They were allowing kids from kindergarten to whatever, grade 4, to spell phonetically, and then they're going to correct it after the fact. And I thought that was incredibly backward, because you might be giving them 4 years of spelling cat, K-A-T-T. And then it's lodged in their brain, and later on, they're now having to do more work to unlearn horrible habits.
The teaching systems in America are way too soft on kids. They don't do cursive anymore. They don't have to memorize their math facts, which is key to any kind of math down the road, even if you don't go very far with it. Just basic algebra. You need to be able to multiply 5 times 7 or whatever bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's so exhausting.
It is.
The Delabate spelling. O-N, everything about Gary is complicated with spelling. ONYCHOMYCOSIS. Can you imagine? How do you say? Onychomycosis. Onychomycosis is Gary's problem.
Okay, very good. It only took you a minute, shithead.
It's just a fancy name for toe fungus.
Yeah.
That they can't cure. That it's, resistant to every drug out there.
Yeah, including education. Next one, guys. Robin says, fuck email.
All right, Howard. Hey, we're all thinking about Robin. Everyone's got to say fuck cancer, and good luck to her.
Thank you.
Yeah. I must have laid it on thick the other day because Bubba the Love Sponge wrote me. Did you get that email I sent you about Bubba?
No, I haven't seen it.
Bubba wrote me about you and tell Robin I'm thinking about her. So I sent it to you. I said, Bubba's thinking about you. And why didn't you get your email? You drive me fucking crazy.
I don't have a great relationship with email. I don't like email.
You don't check it? I mean, what if you get something? What if they found a cure for cancer and they notified you in email?
If they email me, I'm never going to find it.
You'll drop dead and you'll go, oh, if you only...
I think it's a combination of I'm too important for email, but also laziness and just being an elderly person and getting to that point where I'm not checking that goddamn email. You got to knock on my door with a note and, that kind of shit.
Right. She's got zero time for that. And she basically tells him that he's got to text her that he sent her an email if he wants her to read it.
Yeah.
Because she found the app for whatever email she uses, like AOL or Hotmail.
Yeah, really.
Too complicated because they updated it and she couldn't work it.
Exactly.
So now she's got thousands of emails just sitting there unlooked at.
Unread.
Listen to me. My IQ is dropping.
It's okay. See, just listening to this is lowering your IQ.
I'm losing my IQ points.
That's all right.
Check their email. So in other words, I shouldn't send you email.
Or you should tell me you sent it. Then I'll go look for it.
Well, how will I tell you? Oh, you mean I got to text you to tell you I sent an email? I forget it. Leave me out of this.
Or just text me the email. You can do
me a favor. Give Bubba your email and let him write you directly so I don't have to be involved.
Wow, it's such friendship. The next one is called Robin, not GTD.
I gave up on email as soon as there was texting.
I realize you're a genius now. This woman has manipulated me. I'm like the conduit to Robin. People email me, and then I got to email her, and then I got to keep text me that you emailed me. I got a life too.
Well, it's clear, first of all, she generally doesn't need emails because email is, and truthfully, when I want to message people, I don't email them. Unless it's people that I can't get a hold of via something else. The most common thing with that person might be something else. It could be WhatsApp. It could be, Messenger. It could be even Twitter messaging. I have loads of ways to get a hold of people. It could be SMS. But unless you're sending larger documents or things, it's typically email is more. It is passé. I agree with Robin a little bit.
Okay, but if she's getting testing done, she needs email to access her test results.
Generally, I think so.
Unless she's just doing Zoom meetings with doctors.
Maybe.
And getting, answers that way because she refuses to, log into an app to download a document and open it and see your test results. I'm thinking of my kids because I had to do this recently with one of them.
Right.
They had a test done. So yeah, but it's lazy versus lazy. It's like she's lazy and he's lazy and they're fighting it out like in a death match of who can do less. So he tried to give her a message from Bubba. It didn't work because she won't do email and now he refuses to text her.
Right.
Or he could just say what Bubba said, but I guess that's personal. He doesn't want to put that on the air either. So
possibly not. But I meant to ask you a question. Let's say, for example, you get you go in for a blood test at a clinic or a doctor or whatever. Is it legal and is it normal, for example, to get the results through an email or a text message that you can, like a link from a text message that you can go into a clinical, like the clinic PDF or something like that? It'll only go to your phone, that kind of thing?
I get a text saying you have new results on the blah, blah, blah app. and then I have to go log into that portal.
Yes.
And then I can, once I log in, all the messages are there or the results, and then I can get them. But I have to log in to a website.
Right. But it's not such a situation where the doctor will not allow or the clinician will not allow sensitive information to pass via email because you have to come in person, that kind of thing. They know that's not practical unless it's something very serious, and then they tell you got to come in so we could discuss this. But if it's just routine, here are your results, here's your A1C, all that stuff, I'm sure even in the States it should be pretty electronic, fairly electronic these days.
It is electronic. It's just that it's through email. It's not through text.
Okay.
Text will just be saying you have an alert.
Yeah,
log into this website and check your messages. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then you text. I hope I'm not too late. I need to send somebody an email to answer another email.
Yeah, and then I text her, and then she goes, "Oh, I have 7 phones. Don't you know which phone to text?" I'm like,
"Stop it."
Robin's not getting the point of email. I don't know why. Why are you not getting the point of email? Why?
I just hate it.
I know why you hate it.
Getting it. If I only
how many things are in your inbox right now? Count.
Oh my God.
Does it count? Thousands?
Yes.
Okay. I'm coming over there, and what you got to do in front of me, we're going to delete every single email or put in folders, and then you're going to have
good old Craig getting things done. So I think he's still in it, but it's not the defining factor in his life anymore. Yeah, he's still using this tool.
Right. And he probably unsubscribes from everything.
Yeah.
Has assistants notify him. Most people probably have to go through the assistants.
I'd say so.
It's very rare. When the only stuff he gets is probably butt kissing from other celebs.
Yes.
Like
direct.
Jimmy Kimmel, Fallon, people like that.
No more than 5 things in your email.
I had a way of deleting email at one time, and then the system I used changed. And now it's not easy to delete email anymore.
Wrong answer.
And it pisses me off, and I say, fuck it.
No
more email for me.
No. This is unacceptable.
What system did she turn to? Windows 3.1? What bullshit is that? That's laziness.
I think it's Gmail, because Gmail is a little more of a ball buster than other ones that I've used.
First of all, it asks for more. It's more security conscious, I think, these days than ever. Like you're asking for a fingerprint or a PIN or pattern or something on your phone. Also, if you're logging into another device, they want you to go to your phone and say, "Hey, did you log in? Was this you?" That kind of thing. And that I've had that fuck some friends up big time when they were abroad and couldn't get to the device that they were talking about. You know what I mean? Like they had their phone or their whatever access couldn't be, and they were locked out, and they were messaging me privately, say, "Can you do something? Can you go to my apartment and get my phone and notify me that I'm me?" That kind of shit.
Right. Well, I think that there's that, and you have to keep logging into Google, and every time her phone does an update, she probably doesn't have the password ready.
Yeah.
And I think emails are tough for her because on her phone, they're too small and she can't read them.
Yeah.
She just has to learn how to increase the font or, zoom in, and it's just too much for her. She's a queen, and she refuses to bow down to the email system. So she's just rejected it completely.
Yeah.
It's difficult to delete email. It's the easiest thing you do. You push a button.
No. You can't just go
I want you to
put in a thing and just delete all those email anymore.
In a day. I could sit with you.
I could do that on
every
my phone.
Email.
I could do, now you got to get your computer out.
All right. I'm out of this. I'm out. No more.
I'm
me
already
sending
out.
email. I know. I see that. I'm sitting stressing out about your email.
I don't even have your email address.
That's criminal. How dare you? Anyway,
you never get email from me.
No.
What she's saying is you don't acknowledge my emails when I've sent them to you, and I bet you $10 she sends him 20 a day, not realizing she's doing it because she's doing that. Hey, if you want to send this to your friends, her emails just go straight to him, and he's like, spam. She's in the spam folder.
Right. Well, there's that, and this is just another nursing home conversation.
Yep.
two old people that are just outgrowing email.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or communications.
That's why I had great respect for certain elderly people. I have respect for my elders, but so the ones that I know that adopted, like, they realized that if I'm going to live in this society, I got to learn at least a modicum of tech skills, like how to check my email. So my mom, she knows how to use Facebook. She knows, so that's why I got rid of some of my photos on Facebook. She knows how to call using the video call, that thing. And it doesn't take long. She just needs practice. Robin's too fucking lazy to even bother to do it. And I think even if she knew, she's too lazy to go about doing it.
Right. That all adds up.
Narcissism.
Completely agree with that. And just, she's just all about her and her time.
Yeah.
I haven't received email from you in years.
That's right.
Next clip, guys, is called De Niro Doesn't Deal with Sloucho.
The bottom line is, if you ever see Robert De Niro on a talk show, you're like, why did he show up? He's just like, he didn't even say anything.
It's painful.
He's like a hostile witness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have this fantasy he's going to come on our show one day, and I'm going to actually have a real conversation with him. He's going to be very talkative.
Loosen him up.
I'm going to loosen him up somehow. You know that. I don't even think I could do.
That's paused again for some strange reason, but either way, while it continues, go ahead.
He thinks he's going to charm De Niro. That's crazy.
No way.
Crazy. This guy doesn't even like him. He called him a punk on the street when someone asked him about him.
Yeah.
He's never shown any interest whatsoever. He's never even come close to promoting anything at Sirius that I know of, let alone on Howard's show. Forget it.
And I'll bet you $10 that his whole attitude toward Howard was created via, all the girls he's dated, which has been black women his entire life. And what black women probably think about Howard has influenced De Niro's thinking, and he's right. I mean, like, there's not, if you're like, okay, there are loads of people of color that actually liked Howard and listened to him. I get it. But for everyone that liked him, there were probably like 3 that fucking hated him and just outright said, no, he's a racist.
Right. Well, he also would be bringing up being a father at a late age.
Yeah.
Because De Niro, Pacino, all these guys have had kids in their 60 plus years.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the old Tony Randall.
Yeah.
So
God,
I'm sure he doesn't want to answer any of those questions.
No, he doesn't.
Have you even ever had a conversation with him at a party?
Yes.
You have?
He doesn't have much to do with me. But I mean, it doesn't look like he has much to do with anybody. I've been in the same room with him, and we've said hello to each other, but that's it. And I'm such a fan, and I don't want to bother the man. I mean, he's busy. But I'll tell you, his ex-wife, I knew pretty well. I'd see her, and she was delightful. She would come over.
Guarantee there was an uncomfortable introduction somebody made with these two, and they both just played it off like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yes.
And that was it. And then he got out and like 180'd it right out of there.
I'd say, it was literally a passing by each other, nodding, and that was it. And that was the interaction. It was deliberate. The next, at least on De Niro's part. Next one, abandonment issues.
I don't think you abandoned me. I love you. I love when our years together. I do wish you were still here, because who wouldn't want
so you're
this delightful?
You're a little upset.
Who wouldn't? I'm not upset. I said, who would have wanted a delightful guy? Who wouldn't want a delightful guy like you close by?
Exactly.
Well, I love you to death, and you know that. But I mean, you retired. It was appropriate. It was you're an older guy. You wanted you didn't want to sit in a car, and you didn't want to sit and, stand on your feet all day, and you wanted to go enjoy Vegas. I'm happy for you. Don't focus on me. You're like the Arabs with the Jews.
Okay, so this is more of that wig visionist history.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ronnie wanted to stand in his driveway and say goodbye to him.
Yep.
He wouldn't even do that. He wanted Howard to come to his wedding in Vegas a couple years ago. Wouldn't do that.
Nope.
And then we had the whole Cher thing earlier this year where he wouldn't fly him out to meet Cher in studio, like just be security for a day and get her to sign whatever waiver they sign when they come on the show.
Yep.
So what happened? Jimmy Kimmel flew him into his studio when he had Cher on, and then something happened that we never find out about, if it even did.
Yep.
And it hasn't been talked about since. But Howard's rewriting everything because he gave Ronnie so much shit when he left and said he was moving to Vegas.
Yep.
About
you're quitting
the
on
weather.
us. Yeah, the
you're
weather.
You're going to lose all your friends because you're not going to be on the show.
Right.
And then what does he do? He has them on the show once a week on average.
Yeah.
For about 40 minutes to go over the same bullshit he always does.
And Ronnie, what he said when he was like 20 seconds in, he goes, "You're hurt." And he's absolutely right. And that's because someone has told him, look, the asshole that you still put in these shifts for once in a while, he will look what he's done to every single person in his life that's moved away or walked away. He's completely written them off, and he hates it when people leave him. You've been there for all of it. You've seen him take people to court over fucking things, and just completely blank them. Artie, Shuli, any of these other people that have been off the show. There's no warm feelings. There's no nothing. There's no loyalty. There's no respect. Jackie, whatever he did for years.
Brent.
Resented him because he took his money essentially out of his pocket.
Billy. Yeah. And we could just go on and on. The whole Howard TV.
KC.
Staff.
Yep. All those people.
Another one. Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
They focus
I'm
on
not focused. He asked me a question and I answered it.
Porn?
See, when I answer a question and it's not good either, I don't get it. He asked me a question. I answered it.
All right. Anyway, to wrap this up.
That's how I feel. Okay. That's how I feel.
All right.
Does it matter what Howard says? Can he relieve you of that feeling if he says
all right,
that's
Robin,
not the case?
Yeah, he relieved me.
I released your venom. I'm not mad at you for leaving New York. I think it's
I didn't
great.
say mad. I didn't say mad.
Bullshit.
What am I? What am I?
Again, this thing keeps pausing. Hold on, I'm not sure. It's just the media player. But you said bullshit because he goes, "I'm not mad." Of course he's mad. It's narcissistic
he abandoned
rage.
him.
You're leaving me behind.
Totally. That's exactly. And Ronnie knows it. But
more specifically, guys, he left him before Howard could kick him to the curb.
Yes. Well, he needs Ronnie. Ronnie's been there for everything.
Oh, yeah. And he knows. He's one of the last people that knows where the skeletons are buried.
He's beloved by the audience, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Over the years, whether he was a dickbag or an old guy marrying a young girl.
Right.
Ronnie just has grown on us like a fungus, and we can't get rid of it. Kind of like Bowie's toe Onychomycosis. I can't even
there you go.
recall it.
So Ronnie is onychomycosis?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Ronnymacosis.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll get it right eventually.
Maybe a little hurt that I left.
I am not hurt in the least. I think it's fantastic that you're living your dream, sitting there in 113-degree weather. Are you kidding? That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. When I see it's 130, 150, I go, Ronnie's nice and warm like a lizard. I can't tell you how happy I am. When you're frying those eggs on your dashboard and you sit down on that seat, I'm happy for you. If that's your dream, pal, I'm with you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I think you think I want to have some kind of extra special relationship with you.
No, I never said that. Did I?
Passive aggressiveness completely.
Yeah. I don't feel you abandoned me. You're a great guy. What do you want from me? I don't leave my house. How could you abandon me? I abandon everyone. I do the abandoning, not you.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abandoning.
I do the abandoning. That's funny.
And his voice went up. I don't hate you. You didn't abandon me.
Yep.
It just so many tells.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, I'm happy for the guy. What do I care if he went to fucking Vegas? It's fantastic. I mean, Ronnie worked hard his whole life. Always was hustling.
Oh, yeah.
When he had the bread route, he was a driver. He always got up early in the morning, sometimes 2:00 in the morning to do 20.
Yeah, all this, like, the dressing up, like telling about Ronnie's, schedule and what happened doesn't negate what you're actually, what Ronnie's been saying. You're just listing, minutia about the guy's employment, but you're not actually addressing the fact that he's right. You're upset.
It's the old, if I say it enough, it's true kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yep. Now, the next one, guys, we're on the 25th. Okay. So we are, Raven did a great job clipping all these just enough to get a taste of all the days. Yeah.
Well, we started this day and we left 4 clips.
Right.
So
There was,
you know what 4 are?
Yes, I believe the
14 through 17.
Rest in peace, Gilbert. The Gilbert clip was quite long, and then torturing Ronnie and a lot of it was 14 and 16 or 14 and 17.
Was 14, 15, 16, and 17.
I think we got 15, but we'll go through. 14
maybe we did.
Yeah, okay. 14. Rest in peace, Gilbert.
Of comedy, you're sitting there in your Gilbert Gottfried T-shirt.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were that close with Gilbert. I didn't know you knew him that well.
I knew Gilbert very well. I'm still very tight with his wife, Dara, and Lily and Max, his kids, and talk to them all the time. I just saw Max. When I landed a couple of days ago, Max met me at my apartment at 1 in the morning. He's 16. We went out for falafel. And
that's so nice.
They're wonderful people. Gilbert, I'm doing this Broadway show, and Gilbert and Bob Saget and Norm Macdonald all died within 8 months of each other.
Yeah.
And that made me go, wait, how? And I had this picture of the 4 of us in a restaurant booth. And I was like, how am I the one left to tell the story of this picture? And Gilbert had this, Stern fans will know him as this crazy, bawdy, fearless, ruthless lunatic. But he really was this sweet, warm, oddball, but also a great dad.
Yeah, which is completely alien to the guy you're talking to.
This is so great. I love this clip so much because not only does it pay an awesome tribute to Gilbert and showing that Jeff kept in touch with the family, he is basically throwing it in Howard's face. Howard, who's like, I went to the hospital when Gilbert's appendix burst.
Yeah,
and I brought him underwear and a toothbrush. But he gave up on Gilbert after that one visit because Gilbert asked for too much and he thought he was trying to score free shit.
Right.
When in fact, it was kind of like a person reaching out, like, just be with me.
It was an oddball
family.
It was an oddball seeing, will you do this for me?
He was testing Howard, I believe.
I think so too.
His friendship.
Yes, and guys like Belzer or Richard Lewis or somebody like that, they like, people loved Gilbert. I can't explain just it kind of makes me emotional a little bit thinking about it, because all the people that went on his show when he was still alive, and there were 400 episodes or something that they covered while he was still alive, and almost everyone that went on the show was a fan of Gilbert's.
Sure, he was a legend.
Yeah,
he just wasn't appreciated in the mainstream the way like comedians or the Stern Show was able to highlight his talent. So having that podcast was great for him. I would love to go back and listen to those. I think that's something I would do. If Howard would fucking retire, I'd have some time to go like listen to some really good stuff out there in the world. But also Bob and Norm passing away was a big loss. And they were also well connected to the Stern Show. More so Norm.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like Jeff Ross was talking about today on Summer School when I listened, how him and John Mayer had to go to the LAX airport and pick up Bob's car after he died.
Yes, and they drove.
He died in Florida.
They did a GoPro. The video is on YouTube somewhere, I think.
They didn't know where the car was, but they told Bob's wife that they would go to the airport parking lot and find it.
Yeah.
I mean, and he had, it was in the last place they would have thought. It was just a really sweet thing. And then they live streamed driving home in his car. So these are all human, emotional, sympathetic, empathetic traits that Howard has zero clue about and can't even comment on other than, wow, oh, that's great. Wow, how special. Not mind blowing. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's just so out of touch and will never, ever have a chance of being one little iota of humanity that people like Jeff or Gilbert or Norm, any of these guys had.
No. And I think it's more telling that not only, did Jeff, keep in touch with the family and he was tight with the kids, especially Max, the little boy, that he became like a family friend as well as, in life and death. and he was at the memorial for Gilbert and did an amazing job. And Jackie was there, and Howard wasn't.
Says everything right there.
Doesn't it? I mean, Jackie was so far removed from Gilbert, but had such respect for him that he had to show up. And you know, I don't think for a minute that was Jackie going, "Let's see who I can hobnob with them," you know, to get some maybe attention or something like that. No, it was someone who, you know, and if other people could have gone, they would have gone. There was only so much room in there, and it was packed. And one of the most touching, emotional ceremonies I've ever seen about someone who. Really, you know, you'd think from the offhand that he wouldn't garner that kind of stuff because of the way he spoke and the jokes and stuff. But it was a great juxtaposition of who he was as a human being versus the performer.
So beloved.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's great to see because Howard's not going to come close to any of that shit.
No, he won't go to his own. If his kid died tomorrow, he wouldn't go to his own kid's funeral.
He'd Zoom it.
No.
Yeah.
And that was surprising to me that he even was able to be in a relationship with a woman, a successful relationship, and have children and be there for him because his character was so out there and so wild. And really, I found, you know, and personally, and I knew Gilbert pretty well. I went to see him in the hospital many times.
No, you didn't.
When he was
many times.
One time.
One fucking time. He told the story 1,000 times, but he saw him once.
And he's also projecting the fact that he was amazed he could be a dad and a husband and all this shit because he doesn't believe he can do that himself. And he hasn't really.
And he clearly didn't watch the documentary ever.
No clue.
Ill with, he'd gotten his, what do you call appendix removed. He'd gotten his appendix removed. And it was unbelievable when I saw him being real. You know, I couldn't believe there was a real guy there. It's amazing to me that you could get close to him, really.
You know, he would just be fine just sitting in silence also. And then something funny would come up and he would have the best laugh. And
right.
There was something magical about him.
Yeah.
Howard is the biggest load of horse shit in the world.
Yes.
And he gets that voice going too, that I care so much voice. Like, fuck off. No one's buying it.
The earnest, like emotive Howard, which is such a performance. That's what he couldn't do on celluloid for private parts. So I think, okay, so good question, Jeff. We already got that one. I think torturing Ronnie was the continuation.
Dude,
yeah, I spoke.
Why is he calling me all of a sudden now?
I don't know.
I figured
let's play the game yesterday. First it was Perlman, then Trainer. Trainer emails me, I got to get on with you. Then he says, I don't have to get on with you. Then he calls me later, I got to get on with you. Then well, I don't mind, but don't play games with me, okay? Don't play fucking games.
Let me hear this conversation. Let me see this.
He gets Wolfie, Nowicki, Lit, not just Trainer and the other guy, fucking meathead. And they just all try to mess with them and get them riled up so they can have clips for the air and start a fake fight or get them pissed off about something. And then it got to the point where Ronnie's just giving him one-word answers and Grey Rock, and I'm like, no, yes, no. And then he's just fed up with them manipulating him. Yeah, it's terrible.
And it's arguable if he even gets money to be on the air, which I doubt it. I seriously
think he does.
You really think so? What would you think? Or you think maybe it's plugs or something, or like sponsor money?
I think Ronnie's old enough connection, and to keep him on the show, they needed to lure him in with some kind of
like $500 to show up and be talking on the air for an hour, or a couple hundred or something.
I think it's probably more.
Really?
Let's say if they do 100 shows.
Sure.
And he's on 1/3 of them. So that would be like 33 shows. I think he might get $1,000 a show.
Really?
I'd go as high as that. Yeah.
Wow.
I really do. Just to keep him involved. Maybe half of that.
Yeah.
16 grand.
I'd say 500 an appearance. That's about it.
I mean, he's getting up at 2:30 in the morning.
That's what I can't fathom. I mean, he's that age. I don't know. They say you need less sleep as you grow older, but I think Ronnie might, after his life, he might need a hell of a lot more sleep than the average 70-something-year-old. So, Christ almighty. Yeah.
Dude, I don't get interviewed by him. And then then Wolfie calls me. Then I get.
Okay, one sec.
Perlman's the meathead I couldn't think of before.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Let me hear this.
There he is.
So, guys, now we are into the summer school clips, and on Reddit, they featured prominently as another like Mehmet tearing apart the staff kind of thing, or going after JD. And when Raven messages to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Team Mehmet no matter what, because you're like where this is concerned. Even if it is scripted, it's a lot more entertaining as it was last time than anything I'd heard on the Stern Show in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'll take it. Any chance to beat down JD? Fuck it. I'm there.
First short one is Mehmet knocks down Fred.
Fred was actually supposed to be the first guest, but I guess he's being a bit of a lazy bones this summer. Decided he needed the rest instead of showing up here.
Wow, coming right at Fred out of the gate, Mehmet. Right at him out of the gate.
I thought you were
No. He's got a hard job. He needs, he needs some time away to sort of really rest up for the fall.
More sarcasm there. I'm surprised you didn't go, it takes a lot to press a mouse clicker, Yeah.
That's what he basically boils down his job to, pushing buttons.
Pretty much. And that's what the interns also said. And I never laughed hard when they go, easiest job, and Fred won.
Tracy Millman said that, right?
Yeah. Next one. This or that game. Who do you get rid of, JD or Ronnie?
JD Harmeyer.
Go ahead.
Or Ronnie
JD.
Mund.
I would at least temporarily suspend JD at the very least, because I feel like he's gotten a little big for his britches these days.
I was going to say, you answered JD very, very. I didn't even give you the second name, and you said JD. What's going on there?
I think JD's got a bit of a massive ego going on. I think he very much likes being Howard's little favorite, and he knows that lets him get away with things. And I don't know.
What is he getting away with?
Well, if he goes out on a field piece, if he goes on the air, he's like, he doesn't worry too much about being interesting. His sort of attitude is, well, I'll just come on air and Howard will make me interesting. It's his problem. I just think he's gotten a little too comfortable around here. Whereas Ronnie, this is a guy who has been with Howard since pretty much day zero. The guy wakes up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to show up for the show, has for years and years and years. I mean, that guy is a soldier. Plus, he's a fellow veteran, so I know he's got his shit together.
Also, let's keep in mind, JD doesn't get picked on for his weight. Jason used to, Heinwood.
Yep.
And he has not picked on, he's mentioned you've gained a few.
Yep.
My God, he's gained like over 100 since he joined the show. A young intern.
Yeah, I haven't seen him recently, but the last picture I did see would have been like a blip thing, like to them traveling, and he definitely has the greasy. He looks greasier, first of all, more unkempt, and just let himself completely go to the point where he's almost like, I don't know. I was trying to think like late stage Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he's got, the big old tire around his belly. And he reminds me of like Jim Morrison at the end with the beard, the scraggly hair, the oversized belly, and the just lack of self-care.
Right.
His teeth have always been shitty. His skin, his just everything about him, his beady fucking eyes, his mush mouth. It goes on and on. His creepy attitude, his hatred of women, yet needing women. His gambling addiction, his inability to make food, like I mentioned, the sports, and just like, I don't know. He won a spelling bee. He collected spoons. There's nothing interesting about this guy. His job is the only interesting thing. And when he did get a woman that would only marry him for fame, he couldn't hold on to that. He couldn't make that work in any way.
Nope.
As soon as COVID hit, she was out of there. And now he's left to his own devices. He can't take care of himself. We know about the bed sheets. We know that he's got like a drink maker that costs, I don't know, hundreds of dollars just to make a margarita with a pot, like a K-pod that you use for coffee or something, but it does alcohol. I mean, the guy is just a complete mess. He's 45 or something.
I know I have somebody like this in my life. We we treat him like a family member, but a very distant one. And it's one that's where intervention is completely worthless. Like, it's not useful. The person is dedicated to going down with his own ship, and JD is the same. And it will not surprise me if one day he just expires at home. No one knows to check on him. No one cares to check on him. They will call. And if it isn't for work, like if work's off, it happens during the summer, they won't find him until the body starts smelling to the neighbors. That's how bad it'll be.
Yeah, I mean, he's so stupid he might run himself over with a lawnmower and just bleed out on his own lawn. That's the kind of death he deserves.
A very seedy, ignominious ending. Yeah.
Ronnie stays.
Also,
JD's job is kind of like AI can do it now. If I'm just looking at like dollars and cents, there you go.
JD goes, Ronnie stays.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, he's gonna have a heart attack jerking off to some weird webcam
fetish porn.
Fetish porn, yeah.
Yeah.
And a jar of peanut butter.
Most likely, yeah. It'll be worse than Elvis dying on the shitter, like with his pants down or that kind of thing. And his last recorded thing will be like a webcam thing where, like, all right, now take off your bustier, and that'll be it. So the next one, this or that game, Fred or Robin. So the same game, just changing the
Robin
characters.
Quivers, Fred Norris. Can only pick one. Who's it going to be?
Okay, when do the hard ones come? Fred, bye-bye. I would definitely say you are out of here, and Robin gets to stay because, we all love Robin, and Robin's great on the air. Fred, I just think it's got the JD syndrome, getting a little too comfortable. Hey, I'm one of the core members. I've been here since day one. If I want to kick my feet up, I can do that. I don't roll that way. So Robin has never been that way.
Again, I ask just because I want to make this clear for future reference. How does Fred kick his feet up?
Oh, and by the way, that's where Mehmet's wrong. Robin's done that way more than Fred ever did. Fred quietly just becomes angry and sometimes not so quietly when he's confronted, but he's not ever staked his claim as head anything, or he's not even head writer anymore. That would be Will. So he has no ego on some level. Robin has an ego the size of, Manhattan.
Well, Robin couldn't even bother to read the news correctly or learn the stories or learn names, like she fucked up David Beckham's name.
Yes.
She's lazy beyond lazy, but they did get her to do the singing shit.
Yes.
But that was fed by her narcissism as well.
Oh, yeah.
So she will play along on more stuff, but that's just because, she's the laugh track. And if it gets her any attention, is good attention.
Yeah.
Where Fred learned after the Rainbow Room and Tony and Tina's, I'm not playing your reindeer games. Fuck you. I'm just going to push buttons and be it.
Take the money and run and live my miserable life.
There you go.
I won't pull back the curtain, but a lot of times we get asked to do extra little things around here. Like, Gary, you were such a great sport letting me cover your toe fungus shaving, and I know you weren't happy with the way that
it was my idea.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're a contributor. You're just not only showing up when it matters, you're showing up extra. So that's what I look for, and I just don't see that from Fred as much as I would want to if I were in charge. In fact,
there was a segment of this summer school that I believe had him versus Bowie and Bowie getting a little flustered. Did you manage to hear that?
This one?
Yeah.
No, that was last summer. I thought we were talking about.
I thought it was this one because that's what was on Reddit. They were on the listening thread. I think they were unless they were referring to the last summer school, and then that definitely is true.
They were.
Okay.
They brought it up. They brought
All
up
right.
last summer, and Hein brought it up.
Yeah.
Where I think Mehmet got flustered and called Gary a cunt or
something like that,
an asshole or something, and it was mainly just. It was more brought on by Rasan.
Yes.
And the being angry at that moment, and Gary was on vacation and he said something about Gary, but Gary, I guess, deserves a vacation. And for whatever reason, they are nicey nice now. But if Mehmet gave Gary a compliment on Summer School recently, saying,
Mm-hmm.
"I do respect you. I want to learn from you. I want to, progress into your job someday, and I really respect you, and think you have a lot to teach me." And Gary was just like, okay, great. He didn't say thank you. He didn't receive the compliment, and he didn't return the compliment in any way.
No.
So that shows like Bowie's ego was busted, and he's not accepting Mehmet back into like any kind of friend circle.
No, because he thinks he's like the younger, better looking, better spouse, more cuter spouse, having Jason. He thinks it's Jason, and he's already got a Jason. He doesn't need another one.
No.
Yeah.
No. He wants no parts of Mehmet, but he has to because he keeps getting promoted and brought along, and as he rises up with more responsibilities, he's got to deal with him more. So that's all the content they have is like staff butting heads on shit. Like they're not really the stuff they comment on in the news. They don't do much with it, or they don't have the ability to make anything good out of it. And parody songs are kind of gone.
Mm-hmm.
Anything good. So yeah, it's lame. All lame.
Guys, we only have we got some blinds, and then we've got a dedication. So I'm just going to read some of them that I've been collecting for the last while. Some of these are a bit older because I've been holding on to them. One's from 623. This foreign-born actress has left her A/A list, A- list actor, significant other again because he hit her again. Mia Goth, Shia LaBeouf, and I didn't. That was not a surprise. They've tried to in the press. His press agents have tried to rebrand him as some kind of born-again Christian, and whatever. That kid is bad news. He is a shit stain in the business.
Totally fucked.
And he like him and Armie Hammer and a lot of other people, Corey Feldman should all just fuck off in an alleyway and never come back out of it. This one is from, again, I'm going backwards because I clipped from different days. 621. Supposedly the singer and her actor significant other had a big blowout fight about her trip to space, but last I checked, he was the one going to the wedding of the wealthy bookseller, Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom, Jeff Bezos. And of course, since then, they've announced they're splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. He had enough of her space trip, but I think more than anything, he saw the bad PR she was getting.
Yes.
And he realized he could find somebody younger, prettier, and
less
the other
work.
The other thing recently in the news was since the divorce, she's going to be getting a boob lift and increase in size, which she doesn't need. She's got D cups or double Ds. She's well endowed.
She's too well endowed now at this point.
Get them lifted, sure, I guess, but she's not that old.
Yep.
It's crazy. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do but she's got to put herself back on the market. So obviously this is what you do in Hollywood.
So sad. 629, guys. This one is a horrible, horrible story. One of Hollywood's worst kept secrets is the sad tale of this former child actor, in parentheses, Adam Rich. A few decades ago, he was one of the biggest child stars of his time in a very hit TV show, 8 is Enough. This pedo publicist, Jeffrey Ballard, groomed him, introduced him to drugs, then sexually abused him. The child actor spiraled into a lifetime of drug abuse, eventually dying from an accidental overdose a couple of years ago. Adam Rich, at 8 is Enough, Jeffrey Ballard. And because Jeffrey Ballard had passed away recently at that time, and he was a publicist for Charlie Sheen.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's got Corey Haim written all over it.
You got
that
it.
whole playbook.
Yep. Now, this one I read and I was fascinated, and I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, it's an incredible story. And it's one of the patron saints of QF, 702. Officer assistants. Back in the day, this A-list celebrity, sometime actor, was known as a party organizer. He would find young men to match with older Hollywood types with money, but with a reputation to uphold. In other words, can't be seen as, gay. Our celebrity was a staple on television for nearly 2 decades and was kind of open and kind of not. One thing he did have going for him was the friendship of multiple closeted policemen who also enjoyed the young wannabe actors our celebrity would find. One of those wannabes was blackmailing not only our celebrity, but several other men our celebrity had invited to parties. These men wanted our celebrity to handle the problem, so he invited our youthful wannabe actor over. for some drinks and more drinks and even more drinks. Then, while two policemen just happened to be doing patrol many floors below the date, our celebrity shoved the blackmailer off the balcony to his death. The policeman who witnessed it said the victim was being a daredevil and it was an accident. Case closed. Paul Lind, James Davison. That was a famous case in which he almost got, like, it could have ended his career right then and there because of circumstances. Like, not that they accused him of doing it, but it was like the way it was publicized was, he was drunk and they were all drinking and the kid went out and tried to, act like he was Superman and fell and misadventure. But that story certainly sounds like it could have happened.
Everybody in Hollywood knows those things don't just happen. That's not, you got to read between the lines and know that there's way more going on. So clearly you don't mess with Paul Lynn because he's got the police on his side.
That's right. The gay ones too. This is 706. The talk show host is really rethinking the whole quitting the talk show thing. If you can't sell out opening night of your residency, things will only get worse from there. Canceling the show doesn't make the problem go away. Kelly Clarkson. It came from this article. Devastated. Kelly Clarkson cancels Las Vegas residency opening night minutes before showtime.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Really.
See, she's got to do like Jennifer Lopez does and have guaranteed that all your seats are going to be sold no matter what before you perform. Mm-hmm. Even if you're giving them away for free, the theater will have to buy, the casino will have to buy all your tickets, whatever doesn't sell. Get that in your contract, Kelly.
Yep. This one was an incredible, I'll just go with this one. Okay. Let's see. Jesus, there was one last one here. Oh, yeah. After the massive, and this was more recently in the last 2 weeks or so, after the massive hand over fist money-making music night this past week, the bands got all booze that cost a fortune while crew were only given boxed wine. And the only reason they got that is because someone said they had to be given something for the party, or they would try to steal the good stuff. The organizer has never taken care of anyone but themselves for a very long time. Ozzy Osbourne, last show, Sharon Osbourne. That's just like Sharon Osbourne. She is a piece of shit as well.
Right. That show, I mean, so much came out of that show, like so many performances.
Yep.
And check out Youngblood. I should do a song dedication from him sometime.
Yeah.
He is very talented, and Ozzy's kind of anointed him as the next Ozzy.
Yeah.
But so many other, like the Motley Crue thing of them wanting to get paid to be there, and Sharon saying it was all for charity. Well, I'm sure, a lot of stuff was comped. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
But just Sharon's always been sketchy, but Sharon's put up with a lot with Ozzy too. All the times he's beat her and alleged to have tried to kill her, and the drugs and the cheating. Like, again, you got to read between the lines on these stories.
Well,
Ozzy's a legend. It's just sad what's happening to him.
Yeah.
He did perform, and even though his voice was going, the Mama I'm Coming Home song will always be a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Just because it takes me back to high school. So many songs bring me back to high school that are really like moments in my time frame that I can just look back on and see and remember where I was listening or who I was with and the craziness around me at that time.
Yeah.
And that was another one of those songs. So as popular and mainstream as it is, I don't really care, but it's just, the Osbourne family is so fucked up. All the shit, and her with all the Ozfests over the years, and people that she's pissed off, but
mistreated.
The fact that he got to meet Axl Rose for the first time, shake his hand. I mean, that was kind of legendary. Kelly got engaged to
her fiance. I don't remember.
Yeah, he's the son of one of the guys. Was it Anthrax?
Maybe
one of the guys, the drummer or somebody. But if anything, I learned about Youngblood, so now I've got a new Spotify channel to make now.
Well, actually, C.A. Thompson sent me an Instagram, I think it was Instagram, video of Youngblood talking to Ozzy backstage or off, on the side, on the wings. Yeah. And he's telling him basically earnestly, like, you totally inspired me and I love you and, all this. And it didn't look fake. It didn't look staged. It looked like he was just chuffed to be there. And Ozzy was just being really cool. And Ozzy is a lovable guy, like based on the way his persona has been the last while, very self-deprecating and stuff, not just with the MTV show, but before that. And Paul McCartney and like people talk to him, and there's actually Rickles and Ozzy on one of the late night shows, and it's an incredible like appearance, right? Just look for it. And Youngblood, he's another British kid. I think he's from Stoke-on-Trent or something like that. Anyway, he's where is he from? Anyway, he's another English like new metal kid, and he's actually he's an up and comer, and Ozzy looks like he's anointed him the sort of successor.
He did a good version of Changes at this concert.
Yeah,
tribute, funeral, whatever you want to call it.
The only thing I was disappointed with, I looked at the lineup and I looked at the songs because they had them all listed, who was singing what. I don't think anybody did my favorite Black Sabbath tune, which is Snowblind. It's such a slow burn, but by the time it fucking flares out, the riffs just roll and roll into like a mass of cocaine. Like it feels like what cocaine might sound like if it had a sound. But what's your dedication for this ep?
Okay, so I was listening to songs again from my teenage years, and one of the bands I liked was Yazoo, and Alison Moyet. So I found this symphony version of Only You, and it was 7 years ago it got posted. So it was from like a fashion show for Burberry, and in the video there's models walking around and everything, but she's singing the song to a symphony. I forget the name of them, but so just ignore the clapping of the audience and just take in a different turn on this song. But, Kayla, for your Spotify playlist, please just put in the original Only You by Yaz. And it just brings me back. It makes me I don't want to say it takes me to a dark place or any of that. It just brings me to a time when I was a teenager and I didn't know quite who I was, where I was going. Relationships were tough. They weren't necessarily working out, and kind of just made me want to believe in love, even though I didn't know what the fuck love was when I was 16 and 17. I knew lust and I knew infatuation, but I didn't quite know love. And then now, as a 52-year-old woman, I'm just like, oh, this is a really good song that holds up for me. So I just thought I'd share that. It's a newer version. That sounds good to me, and a perfect one to end on. And we first of all, thank you, Raven, for being part of this one and all the great clips. And guys, we're going to be doing other content throughout the summer that isn't show related necessarily, although I wouldn't discount another bullshit, hey, we're in studio, whatever, live at Chimney Manor with, pastel colored, fruits from the Hamptons. But we haven't covered one of those yet because it's been a bunch of bullshit. I doubt we will cover that one unless something comes out where they fucked up and they sound like assholes, and we want to show you what vapid showbiz really sounds like. And I'll keep my ear on the summer school because I think it's only 1 hours a week, which is 1/3 of what I used to do. But I'll, I just kind of keep that on as noise in the background. I don't necessarily wait. I don't expect much from those shows, but like with some, I enjoy with Jeff Ross and hearing about his Broadway play or, just people he knows in the industry and cool stories that he might have to tell. But with staff, it's really tough. And if they have JD on, I think I might blow my brains out if I have to listen to him.
There you go.
I don't mean that. That guy. Sorry. Bad metaphor, but that's how much I hate that kid. Fucking grown-ass
asshole.
Loser.
Yeah,
Thank
baby.
you.
All right, guys. Take care. We love you. We'll see you on the next one.
I love you guys.
Shit, I'm nervous. Please don't hang up on me. She gets a fat condition for the next 2 years. What do you do?
I leave her. Yeah, I'm out.
No, this is what I was saying. No, don't hang up on my ass. Say she does the marathon, she go to the doctor and he say you gotta get fat for 2 years. Say you like that's some kind of condition where she gotta get fat. What does you do?
Yeah.
What does you do? What does you do?